Chicago and the Philippines. A comprehensive review of the week's special community events, featuring many exciting personalities, handled by the most professional Chicago Philippine Reports TV staff.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Chicago Philippine Reports TV, still the #1 Filipino show in the Midwest. I'm Girly Pascual. Welcome to our show. Today we have all the top stories from the Philippines. We also have what's happening in our own Filipino-American community of Chicago. We have interesting interviews led by our very own executive producer, Miss Veronica Layton. We have Bridget Cotero Carino. All these are coming up and more. Afterward from our sponsors, please stay with us.
Yan! Dito na! Perfect!
At past 6 Wednesday evening, NBI agents entered the GSIS office, which stands beside the Senate complex, separated only by a wall. Several members of the media were allowed to go inside with them. The agents inspected several areas inside the GSIS office that were connected to or had access to the Senate. We reached one floor where we saw people drilling through one of the passages connected to the Senate. The GSIS gate was also inspected. From there, I was able to see and record some soldiers entering the Senate.
Oh my God!
When gunshots rang out, NBI agents inside the GSIS building quickly sprinted toward the direction of the gunfire.
Tago kayo sa ano?
Tago!
Sige. Hindi nyo alam sa Sabay baba! Sabay baba! Dito! Sabay baba! Nandito sa baba! Sabay baba!
Oh my God!
Kaya mga ano sir, nasa baba!
Together with other agents and members of the media, we tried to get out of the building as more gunshots were heard. Members of the media were ordered to take cover by the NBI. I ended up hiding in the corner of an office inside GSIS, where the sound of gunfire could still be heard.
Kakamutukan na din. May nalilimutukan ng baril. Dito sa loob ng GSIS office.
Wait lang ha, makibalita muna tayo kay Zian Ambroso. Z, ano meron dyan sa location mo?
At this point, I was still able to report live for TV Patrol to describe what was happening.
Hindi ko sasabihin yung exact location natin, Alvin, pero sunod-sunod yung putok na narinig natin.
Ayusin mo muna yung security mo. Mas importante yung security mo kaysa sa ulat mo, Zia. Babalikan kita, Zia.
We stayed in our position for several minutes, not knowing what to do or how we could get out. After the gunfire stopped, NBI agents and members of the news team were able to get out and return to the GSIS parking lot. At this point, we still don't know what was happening. The NBI left the area after several minutes. A few hours later, members of the media were able to interview NBI Director Melvin Matibag regarding the incident. Matibag maintained no NBI agents were deployed to the Senate. He said NBI personnel were sent to the GSIS building upon the request of GSIS President Vic Veloso.
Philippine Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano confirms Senator Bato de la Rosa is no longer at the Senate, which also means he's no longer under the chamber's protective custody. The Senate President points out there's nothing preventing de la Rosa from leaving the premises.
On May 14, 2026, at around 2:30, the Communications Center reported to the Sergeant at Arms that Senator Bato, together with Senator Padilla, had left the Senate premises. Upon receiving the report, the Sergeant at Arms with Sec Mendoza proceeded to verify the information.
De la Rosa is wanted by the International Criminal Court in connection with the Duterte drug war. Some House lawmakers condemned this development, calling it a major failure of the Marcos Jr. administration and the Senate leadership. The Senate President, his sister Senator Pia Cayetano, rejects speculations Wednesday's shooting incident at the Senate building was staged.
The Senate is under attack, was under attack. All of you, your lives were in danger last night. I know it's your job to ask a question, But you will tell me, pagka may nagpaputok na warning, hindi under attack yun? My God. We're a democracy. This is the Senate of the Philippines. Please naman. Di ba?
I heard that there are officials, publicly elected officials, there are netizens who say na gawa-gawa lang to. I can tell you na there is no way na gawa-gawa ito from where I was standing.
The siblings also claimed some of their colleagues were warned that something bad was going to happen.
4 senators got tips 30 minutes ago while we were talking na umalis na dito kasi may mangyayari.
Na-confirm namin na yung iba sinabihan na umuwi na. Umuwi na kayo.
This was quickly refuted by several senators. Senator Panfilo Lacson, for his part, argued the one who has the means, opportunity, and motive is the most probable suspect. Senators Sherwin Gatchalian and Juan Miguel Zubiri condemned the incident and called for a thorough investigation, including a clear timeline and explanation. Senators J.V. Ejercito and Erwin Tulfo think it was an assault on the Senate's integrity. So does Senator Jingo Estrada. For Senator Risa Ontiveros, the incident is a black mark on the image and reputation of the Senate.
Pero I think may malaki at malalim na sugat sa imahe at reputasyon ng Senado. Kasi bakit ganyan ang mga nangyari? Kumpara sa dati, there have been previous sitting senators na naging subject ng warrant.
Vice President Sara Duterte also expressed concerns.
Lulungkot at nakakagalit yung nangyari sa ating yung nangyayari sa ating bayan ngayon. Lalong-lalo na doon sa pagpapakita ng disrespect sa institusyon ng Senado.
Meanwhile, Senator Vicente Soto III and Erwin Tulfo condemned the unruly behavior of protesters outside the Senate premises.
Bukod po doon kay Senator Soto, ako rin po naging victim po niyan kagabi na binabato po ng tubig, yung sasakyan namin, inaalog-alog paglabas. Ganun din po yung mga empleyado namin, pinipilit na ibaba yung windshield. So, yung safety ng mga empleyado, ng mga senador.
Oh, dapat!
Yan! Dito na! Perfect!
It's more fun in the Philippines.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call, so please call right now.
In times of economic uncertainty and chaos, your money means nothing. You may not even be able to get it from your bank or ATM. And the money you do have in the stock market will go down and down and down. It's happened during every economic cycle, and it will happen again. What you can bank on is gold and silver. Gold and silver have been a reliable and trusted form of currency for thousands of years. Gold and silver have never been worth zero, and typically gold holds its value and sometimes grows during economic turmoil. Call the Gold Hotline now and learn how to protect your money and your assets with gold and silver. And learn how to set up a new IRA or roll over your current one into a gold-backed IRA. Protect your money from the next market crash with gold and silver. Call now for your free gold guide.
Do you need to get your hands on some extra money right now? Maybe $25,000 or more? If you're a homeowner, now is a perfect time to get cash out. While homes in many neighborhoods like yours have gone up in value, you can use the money for anything. It's yours. You can buy an investment property, pay for college, pay off higher interest debt, or make home improvements. A cash out refinance is the perfect solution to get the cash you need. If you need $25,000, $50,000, or even $100,000, now's the time. Home values are up, and so is your equity. We offer you a way to use it. No need to sell your home or use your savings. Call New American Funding now and speak to a cash out refi specialist and see how much cash out you can get.
Call New American Funding at 855-332-3929. That's 855-332-3929. Call 855-332-3929.
Via Times, vital news, vibrant views for the Filipino Asian communities in Chicago. Via Times for your most interesting and exciting reading and your party coverages. Via Times has very interesting columnists. You name it, Via Times has it. Law, Filipino news, dentistry, immigration, humor, serious opinions, health, beauty, mysticism, Bata Corner, showbiz, and intelligently written editorials. Call Via Times at 773-866-0811.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of the show. Today, I have a very exciting, very young guest in the show today, and his name is Chris Cardenas. Did I pronounce it right? Cardenas or Cardenas? Cardenas. and he is a very active young leader here in our community of Chicago, Illinois, the Filipino American. And Chris Cardenas has something to bring to our community and that we're going to be talking about today. And welcome to our show, Chris.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Veronica, for having me. I appreciate the very nice introduction. My name, hi everyone. I would like to say out loud that I'm proud to be one of the strongest leader in Filipino American basketball in Chicago. And my organization name is Cultura Basketball Association. I would like
Is it Cultura Nation?
Cultura. The Facebook name, to make it easier to remember, is Cultura Nation, but the official organization name is Cultura Basketball Association.
Cultura Basketball Association.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, which Chris has founded and will be talking to us about it. Okay, welcome to our show, Chris. Okay, what is this Cultura Basketball Association? What is this all about?
Yeah, this is all about putting all together the strongest teams against each other, playing very competitive. I have visitors coming from New York, Ohio, Memphis, St. Louis, Indiana. They're all from Filipino American community, and it's all about having a camaraderie, fellowship, having fun at the same time, and showing to our community that we have some basketball talents, especially the younger ones. This is all about sportsmanship, friendship, and at the same time to show the people that we have best talents out here in Chicago and all around the United States. That's why we call it Cultura, because the basketball in the Philippines and United States is being part of our culture. That's why that's the first name, Cultura Basketball Association. And this started about 5 years ago in 2021 in a different name called Sunday Bowlers Club. That was part of the history of Cultura, and it started after the pandemic in early months of 2021. Some of my friends wanted me to make a tournament. And I said, no, 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 I cannot do that. I have the passion for basketball, but unfortunately, I don't have the time to deal with that. And some of them suggested to do it annually. So I gave it a try back in June 5 and 6, 2021. Luckily, I had some visitors all over United States, and I made it. I made it. The people was very happy, and I decided to do it every year. And every year, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's an honor for me to have Miss Veronica and Via Times and Chicago Media Reports TV to give me exposure. Not only me, but especially the Filipino American businesses such as Pinoy Grill, Chicken Ati-Atihan. I got support from Crabs and Creams, Elizalde Med Spa, ATNF Home Care, AcuCare Home Health Services, um, uh, VRC Massage and Wellness, and many more sponsors that help me to make this event be successful. And looking forward in the future, we wanna do it in United Center, hopefully one day, because we played it before. But right now, on June 13, 14, 2026, I would like to invite everyone to come in and see what kind of tournament I'm running. And you guys are gonna have fun because it's very competitive. I have 5 divisions. Open is for everyone. 6 feet and under, limited height for Filipino Americans. 32 years old and above, Filipino Americans. 40 years old and above, Filipino Americans. And of course, I have a youth division as well, 16 years old and under. So the reason I do this is to make sure the division on each level are fair to each other. Because I want them to be competitive, but at the same time, I want to give them a fair challenge. That's why we have this kind of different divisions.
Okay, Chris, let's track back.
Yes.
Okay, when you founded this organization, we can call it organization or club. It's a sports club. What was in your mind? Is it just because of passion that you love basketball? Is it because you like to serve the community? Is it because you want to network with our young kababayans or even older kababayans? What is really the purpose of this group?
I have a multiple purpose. First of all, I want everyone to get connected through basketball networking. I get connections all over United States, all over Chicago, and we help each other to grow. We learn from each other from any kind of business. Second of all, it's an honor to serve Filipino community in Chicago, not only in Chicago. Like I said earlier, a lot of people from coming from other states. I'm very happy to help them out. I feel them very happy, especially the life in United States is all you do is work most of the time, school work. So this is opportunity for them to have some good time, give them a break from their jobs, schools. Is very good for their mental health, emotional health, and physical health. And the third one is my passion. This is the reason. This is one of the biggest reasons. That's why I still do this because I couldn't play basketball anymore due of my knee surgery on my left knee. However, it doesn't stop me to have a passion in basketball. At least I could organize a big tournament. At least I could see these guys learning and especially showing the talents and I'm hoping that one day one of these kids or one of these guys will be able to play in PBA Philippines, Philippine Basketball Association, or anywhere in UAAP, NCAA in the Philippines in college, and I'll be proud to say that they used to play for my tournament.
So you want it to be also a training ground for the young people out there.
Yes, that will be part of it, and also we are planning to start a basketball camp for a Filipino American community. And how I'm gonna do that? Of course, I have to expose myself. I have to expose my organization, Cultura. So in that way, I get to know each other and who's ever interested. And I have a network already, and then I can start the basketball camp to help to improve their game, improve their knowledge, abilities, skills, their strength, and especially I want to focus in Chicago because I'm hoping that one day we will have represent a Filipino, full-blooded Filipino American to play in the NBA. That's one of my dreams. That's why I'm gonna continue this as much as I can. So I'm hoping one day someone's gonna step in the NBA. I will be proud to say, "Hey, he used to play for my tournament." He's from Chicago or anywhere in the United States, but he used to play in Cultura. So yeah, that's kind of a little bit of everything, but the most important is the passion. The passion is still there. I'm doing all the work the best I can, get all the help from these sponsors to give very nice awards. Not only on the awards is to give a quality tournament, get the quality referees, make sure I have enough scorekeepers, make sure I'm able to pay the videographers, photographers, because it's not just about competition. It's making memories to each other. Imagine after the tournament, they can look back. Oh, I was that guy 10 years ago. Oh, I used to play there. I could see my highlights. Oh, I did well in last tournament. You
Shall
know,
say, shall we say, it's not only a passion for you, Chris. It's not only a passion. I could see there that it's a love for your culture, the love of the Philippines, um, because the Philippines really top sports or favorite sports is basketball. Okay, you grow up there and you love the culture, isn't it?
yes, that's
Why
right.
you name it-
Absolutely,
You said that's why you name it cultura.
absolutely,
So
yes.
you are still, the way I see it, you are really very much involved or in love with the Philippine culture, not only with your passion for basketball. You are what you're doing is really establish something that you love, and it's really connected with the Filipino culture. That's how you are, right, Chris?
That's right. And thank you so much for mentioning those good words. I appreciate it a lot. In fact, I could show you this one of the awards because of the sponsors. I was able to buy this, and this costs $150 each.
Wow,
And I have five divisions. Yes,
beautiful.
and that's not
Beautiful.
only that. I have champion shirts and the sponsors, logos, businesses are there, so I could give them exposure, a token of appreciation, and medals, of course, and many more. So because of the help and the love from the Filipino community, I was able to make a very, very, very high quality tournament and to give these people a good experience. And not only that, I have some giveaways. I'm gonna surprise everyone before the game starts and the next day when the game is done. Just to give them souvenir, make them feel very welcome, and I want them to feel the love from me as well. Because I gotta that's one of my way to express my love language to the Filipino community.
I really, I really admire you, Chris, for what you're doing. And I can see through you. And that's very good. That's very admirable. I really wish you good luck and congratulate you for what you're doing. And please try to invite our community to your upcoming event.
Yes. Thank you so much, Miss Veronica. Yeah, I will be so happy if you guys can come out and support. Your moral support and your time and effort, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. And I will be forever grateful, especially to Via Times giving me a chance, opportunity to speak out about the upcoming event. That was very nice of you guys. Thank you so much for your support. I do appreciate it a lot. And for all my fellow Filipino Americans in Chicago, not only in Chicago, if you're somewhere here in Wisconsin Indiana, or nearby states, if you ever see this video, please feel free to come in. It's in the venue will be, it's called the Club at Prairie Stone. The address is 5050 Sedge Boulevard, Hoffman Estates, Illinois. Again, the address is 5050 Sedge Boulevard, Hoffman Estates, Illinois. It's not that too far from if you live in the north suburbs around Schaumburg, Mount Prospect, Elgin, Arlington Heights, Rolling Meadows. It's pretty close. If you ever have some questions or concerns, reach out. Chris Cardenas, 224-645-3395. Once again, my phone number is 224-645-3395. Or you can reach out at Facebook Cultura Nation, Facebook page Cultura Film and Basketball Tournament, Instagram Cultura Basketball Association. Any of the social medias works, and I do the best I can to respond immediately. And like I said, if you guys can show up, it's a very meaningful event. It's not just a basketball. It's about showing the love and the support for the Filipino American community and the Filipino culture. Sunday, we will have some street foods. Pinoy Grill will be there. They're gonna have the food truck and some Filipino desserts, taho, um, a lot of ube cookies. It's not on top of my mind, but there's a lot of foods that will be vendors would sell out. Saturday, we have the fries and wings. They have very authentic Filipino flavors. Sisig wings, salted egg Filipino style wings, sinigang wings. These are very unique. And shout out to Fries and Wings, gold sponsor. Thank you so much for your support.
Sounds very, very exciting. All right. I can't wait. When is the date again?
June 13, 8 a.m. Also, before I forget, guys, we will have an opening ceremony. Miss Venice Nicole, she would sing the Star Spangled Banner, the national anthem of the United States. We have representative for Lupang Hinirang, Miss M.K. Jor Talento. She's gonna sing the Lupang Hinirang, the national anthem of the Philippines. If you guys can come out, this will give you goosebumps, and I'm very excited. This is one of part of our program. Also, during our program, during the game is on, we will have some game interviews. I have some people that I've paid for to do that, and if you're out there, I might get you for some interview. If you're interested, I'll be happy to do that for you. And it's not just a basketball. It's about good giving good entertainment to the people at the same time.
Sounds exciting. All right. And I really appreciate your gracing our show today. Maraming salamat. At can't wait to see you again.
I can't wait to see you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
All right. Good luck. Good health. God
Thank you. Maraming salamat po. Via Times, Chicago Reports TV. I do appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
All right. Maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood. Ako po si Veronica. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye, Chris.
Bye.
I think the definition of greatness is to inspire the people next to you. I think that's what greatness is or should be. It's not something that lives and dies with one person. It's how can you inspire a person to then in turn inspire another person that then inspires another person. And that's how you create something that I think lasts forever. And I think that's our challenge as people, is to figure out how our story can impact others and motivate them in a way to create their own greatness.
Do you need to get your hands on some extra money right now? Maybe $25,000 or more? If you're a homeowner, now is a perfect time to get cash out. While homes in many neighborhoods like yours have gone up in value, you can use the money for anything. It's yours. You can buy an investment property, pay for college, pay off higher interest debt, or make home improvements. A cash-out refinance is the perfect solution to get the cash you need. If you need $25,000, $50,000, or even $100,000, now's the time. Home values are up, and so is your equity. We offer you a way to use it. No need to sell your home or use your savings. Call New American Funding now and speak to a cash-out refi specialist and see how much cash out you can get.
Call New American Funding at 855-332-3929. That's 855-332-3929. Call 855-332-3929.
This is a prayer and a reminder. All we have is now. Anak, umuwi ka na.
Worldwide this morning, growing concern over a growing health crisis.
The World Health Organization has just declared that this is a pandemic.
Hi. I can't hug you. Don't touch me.
Over the last several days, we have seen peaceful demonstrations.
Protests over police brutality continued here in Austin.
Remember when you started going to college? You came home a liberal?
Dad, please.
That's what we do to you guys in school.
All these people that we never met and never will meet because of what had happened to them. It's just too much.
The way that our family communicates is not necessarily, it's not great.
What advice would you give for those of us that are struggling?
Deal with it.
I think the norm for our community has been to just stay silent and keep to your own business.
I could definitely be doing more than I'm doing right now, and I know that others can as well.
What if someone is called from God to be an activist?
I can answer that question.
Shouting revolution, oh, while breaking each tradition.
You don't believe in the Black Lives Matter movement?
An advocacy group reporting at least 3,800 anti-Asian hate incidents since last March.
I'm kind of conflicted. I'm like, maybe I should move home and be here with them.
I hope that this moment makes you take a step forward and a step together in the right direction.
In order for a subject to not be taboo in our community, there always has to be someone to start that conversation.
You speak up for me when I can't speak up for myself. And I've seen you do that for other people.
I see a lot of people who just kind of cut off friends and family, and I don't think I can do that. I love my parents.
This is a symbol of our voices. If you look at your neighbors around you, you will see who stands with you, who stands for you.
At least I know that you can stand up. That's the thing I'm so happy about.
It's more fun in the Philippines.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of the show today. I have a very interesting person as my guest, and he's a doctor of medicine, and his name is Dr. Farham Qureshi. I hope I pronounce it right. Okay. Dr. Qureshi is, are you a dermatologist, doctor?
No, I'm actually board certified in internal medicine. So I'm a generalist, but I mostly, my career is varied. I've done inpatient medicine. I've done some critical care. I'm also in the military. So I've done combat medicine as well. So I'm kind of well rehearsed. And I also do aesthetic medicine and minimally invasive aesthetic procedure. So I do it all.
Okay, the reason I ask is because we're going to be talking about health and wellness, focusing on skincare.
Sure.
All right. Okay. And all right. Health and wellness and regenerative medicine is first thing in our list. Can you please? Oh, first thing, introduce yourself briefly, your a little background, and before I intro my questions.
Sure. So my name is Dr. Farhan Qureshi. Many of my colleagues and patients affectionately call me Dr. Q. It's easier. um, I live and practice in the Northern Virginia, DC metro region. We call it the DMV. So I do a number of things. I'm board certified internal medicine. I work in the hospital. I do acute inpatient medicine. I also work in the ICU sometimes and do some critical care as well. Although I'm not boarded as an intensivist, I still work in the ICU and do some critical care medicine. I'm also in the military. I'm a reservist in the United States Air Force, so I'm trained in some combat medicine as well. And I have my own med spa. We have previously done more aesthetic medicine only, but we have now entered the field of regenerative medicine and longevity medicine as well as wellness. So we are expanding our reach and doing more cool things.
Okay. Because we're talking about health and wellness, and the first thing in our list is about regenerative medicine.
Sure.
What is this regenerative medicine?
So regenerative medicine is essentially the focus of it is to try to restore and repair one's body naturally. So some people, have joked that it's like a lizard regrowing the tail. No, we're not able to do that. But what's happening is as people are living longer, they want to live better. The purpose of regenerative medicine is to try to restore function. Um, what is the point of living a long life if you have chronic pain and cannot do what you used to do? If you can't garden like you used to, you can't go walking or jogging, you can't do these things, quality of life suffers. So regenerative medicine is an evolving field where we're using more novel techniques to help people, feel more energy, uh, uh, heal from injuries faster, overall improve their strength, their vitality, um, have them feeling young. Um, I think I think guys like Tom Cruise, they're still in their old age, they're still jumping out of airplanes. They're doing something right. So it's a focus of more trying to restore one's functions and vitality and to live life not just longer but better.
Interesting. Okay. In, besides regenerative medicine, it seems that the longevity is a bigger focus nowadays in health and wellness. Why is that?
Longevity is huge because certain prominent people like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, they've donated, and actually Zuckerberg as well, all these big tech titans, they've spent, millions, if not billions of dollars in this field. Um, they want to, on the one hand, they want to live longer, but they also want to live better. Nobody wants to be in their old age bedbound with advanced dementia and Parkinson's. I mean, William Shatner in his old age, he just came back from outer space a year ago on Jeff Bezos' space shuttle. So people want to live long, not just longer, but they want to live better. So longevity is the focus of how do we get there. We're trying to move away from reactive medicine to proactive medicine. Um, right now the status quo is you live your life, and when you get a disease, then you tackle it. When you get a problem or disease, then you tackle it. This is a different mindset. Longevity is basically preventative or proactive medicine. What can I do to keep my function up and to avoid debilitating conditions such as chronic joint pain, dementia, fatigue, lethargy. These are people who live a high octane life and they want to keep living it. So longevity and regenerative medicine both complement each other.
Okay. Dr. Qureshi, how important is the role of hormone in our health and wellness?
I think it's extremely important. I think the problem with mainstream medicine is that we underemphasize the role of hormone therapy and what it could mean for us. I remember, when I was coming out of medical school, they very briefly taught us about, things like testosterone, estrogen, thyroid. We learned what they do, but it was very limited scope. We didn't quite, we weren't quite taught what would look like with supposed normal aging, like what kind of symptoms a person could have. Um, you know, a, aging medicine, aging in medicine has been kind of not very well studied and talked about in mainstream Western medicine. And when they do talk about it, they don't talk about prevention. They talk about more about how you treat, a chronic knee or how you treat, the condition once it's developed. This is reactive medicine. Um, this this is an evolving study of what would restoring hormone balance do for a person. I'll give you a good example. The role of hormones, anxiety and depression. We've had a lot of clients who are coming in with complaint of, fatigue, brain fog. They happen to also have anxiety and depression. Once their hormones are stabilized, we treat their estrogen or testosterone deficiencies or both. We noticed a lot of them have just stopped taking their antidepressants. Why? They don't have that feeling anymore. These are people who, once these hormones are restored, they have they feel happy, their mood is elevated, their function seems to be restored. They're more outgoing, their romantic life is improved, their business life is improved. They seem to have structural improvements in all aspects of their life. So I think hormone therapy is crucial. Now, the real question is, if there's a hormone that is deficient, how do you address it? Do we just give them an exogenous hormone and voila, that's it, they're all better? Or is there a role of lifestyle in their hormone deficiency? We like to look at a holistic picture before prescribing any sort of hormone therapy. We try to look at lifestyle, maybe stop drinking alcohol or maybe improve your diet, exercise, and improve, aspects of your lifestyle. And when those don't work out, then we recommend additional hormone therapies to boost overall, satisfaction and quality of life for the patient.
Okay, very good. Is that we touching on both when it comes to hormones, both men and women?
Correct.
Really?
So your sex glands, whether it's your testes for the men or your ovaries for the women, as we age, they just don't produce the same amount of hormone, and these deficiencies become obvious. A lot of females, for example, when they hit perimenopause or menopause, they complain of mood swings, anxiety is worsened, fatigue, brain fog, and when we treat them, almost everything gets better. Their spouses are happier, their family's happy, everyone is happier. I like to joke with my patients that when you're getting hormone optimization therapy, it's almost like you're getting the fast pass at Disney World. You don't wait in the long line with everybody else. You get to go to the fast pass. You get to ride the roller coaster first. So it's like living life in the fast lane. So there's more quality life and there's more enjoyment and more pleasure for the patient.
Very interesting. Okay, one last word for our viewing audience about health and wellness. One last word.
Well, there's a lot of there's a rise of the health coach. You should be very careful who you're getting your advice from. There's a lot of people who are they conveniently call themselves health coaches. They're not physicians. They're not health physicians. These are health coaches. These are kind of like people who are kind of they're amateurs in the sport of medicine. They're treating medicine like a sport. Just be careful who you get your advice from. It's very important to try to get a physician's advice when it comes to aspects of healthcare. The reason being, we not only have studied this all of our lives, we are actively monitored and regulated by the medical board. The health coaches aren't. Um, I want the public to know that whatever they see or hear on social media, from TikTok to Instagram, they should always cross-reference it with a physician. If they don't agree with that physician's opinion, then get another physician's opinion. We don't all have to agree. Physicians can disagree among themselves, but we we're not allowed to make claims that are simply untrue, like the way a health coach or a non-physician can. We are strictly regulated by the board. So if someone out there is telling you to try this new peptide from who knows where, just do a little research. Try to speak to a reputable physician about it, and get a few opinions before diving into some of these latest health fads.
Interesting. All right. Interesting. Very interesting, Dr. Qureshi.
Thank you.
I really thank you for gracing our show today and enlightening us about some good tips about health and wellness. Please keep us updated. And maraming salamat. That's thank you very much in our language. Maraming salamat for gracing our show today. At maraming salamat din po sa inyong panonood. Ako po si Veronica. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye now. Bye,
Thank
Dr.
you. Thank you, dear. I appreciate you.
We would like to welcome all of you to Baladna Jewelry. We have a very big selection of 21 karat gold jewelry imported from the Middle East, from Dubai, Saudi, and Bahrain. And we have a very big selection of diamond. We offer free financing for 6 months, and we have a layaway system which you can leave your stuff for 3 months. We repair gold and we buy old gold. Welcome to Baladna Jewelry.
Salamat po.
Good afternoon. This is Bridget Karina Fletcher bringing you this week's local news from our community. The Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulation announced the launch of a new online submission option designed to simplify and modernize the way Illinois consumers file complaints against financial institutions amid a federal step back in enforcement. For the first time, the portal will accept complaints for both the Division of Banking and the Division of Financial Institutions, creating a unified and more accessible process for residents across the state. The Office of the Illinois State Fire Marshal is hosting the 33rd Annual Fallen Firefighter Memorial Service and Medal of Honor ceremony. Members from the fire service will gather at the Fallen Firefighter Memorial to honor Chicago Fire Department Captain David Meyer, who died in the line of duty in 2025, and those who have died in the line of duty in the past. Following the memorial service, members will assemble at the Bank of Springfield Center to honor those who have selflessly given their all protecting the citizens of their communities during 2025. A Chicago firefighter will receive the Medal of Honor. The Firefighting Medal of Honor is the highest award given by the state of Illinois to a firefighter for an act of outstanding bravery or heroism, by which the firefighter will and has demonstrated in great degree of the characteristics of selflessness, personal courage above and beyond the call of duty under adverse conditions, with the possibility of extreme personal risk. The Illinois Housing Development Authority is now accepting applications from units of local government for grant funding dedicated to supporting local affordable housing needs and community revitalization efforts across Illinois, offered through IHDA's Strong Communities Program, SCP. This initiative provides financial assistance to allow local governments to address vacant, abandoned, and deteriorated residential properties within their communities. Through leveraging SCP funding, local entities can work in partnership with others or on their own to increase property values, stimulate job creation, reduce crime in affected areas, generate additional tax revenue, and encourage further investment in the community, said Governor J.B. Pritzker. This is one of the many tools that we are using to help make renting and owning homes in Illinois more affordable. I encourage all eligible municipalities to apply for this funding to create healthier, safer, and more affordable communities across the state. Violent crimes fell across nearly every major category in the first quarter of 2026 in the nation's biggest cities, according to preliminary data released this week by the Major Cities Chiefs Association, deepening a multi-year decline that began before President Donald Trump returned to office and complicating the political fight over his federal law enforcement deployments. The survey covers 67 U.S. police agencies and shows declines in homicide, rape, robbery, and aggravated assaults from January through March compared with the same months of 2025. Homicides reported by agencies fell 17.7% to 1,097 from 1,333. The Illinois Department of Public Health announced Illinois has been named a high-performance state for emergency preparedness, the highest ranking a state can receive, in a newly released report by Trust for America's Health. The annual report evaluates states on their ability to respond to various public health emergencies using 10 key indicators, including incident management, patient safety, and health security surveillance, among other measures. This year, Illinois received a top-tier ranking after being ranked in the middle performance category in 2025. The advancement reflects improvements driven by ongoing investments in emergency preparedness infrastructure, workforce preparation, and response systems. The state previously achieved high-performance rankings in 2020 and 2022. USDA Secretary Brooke Rollins just dropped a bombshell claim. In just one state, 14,000 people on food stamps, SNAP program, were driving luxury vehicles, including some Bentleys, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Maseratis, Porsches, and more. Rollins is cracking down hard on the loopholes that let scammers game the system while hardworking taxpayers foot the bill. Over 4.3 million have already been removed from SNAP. Dead people are no longer collecting benefits, and the Trump administration is going after waste, fraud, and abuse like never before. SNAP is meant to help Americans who truly need it, not luxury car owners living large on your dime. That's all for today. Thank you for watching our news this week. This is Bridget. See you next time.
This is a prayer and a reminder. All we have is now. Anak, umuwi ka na.
Worldwide this morning, growing concern over a growing health crisis.
The World Health Organization has just declared that this is a pandemic.
Hi. I can't hug you. Don't touch me.
Over the last several days, we have seen peaceful demonstrations.
Protests over police brutality continued here in Austin.
Remember when you started going to college? You came home a liberal?
Dad, please.
That's what we do to you guys in school.
All these people that we never met and never will meet because of what had happened to them. It's just too much.
The way that our family communicates is not necessarily, it's not great.
What advice would you give for those of us that are struggling?
Deal with it.
I think the norm for our community has been to just stay silent and like keep to your own business.
I could definitely be doing more than I'm doing right now, and I know that others can as well.
What if someone is called from God to be an activist?
I can answer that question.
Shouting revolution, oh wow, breaking each tradition.
You don't believe in the Black Lives Matter movement?
An advocacy group reporting at least 3,800 anti-Asian hate incidents since last March.
I'm kind of conflicted. I'm like, maybe I should move home and be here with them.
I hope that this moment makes you take a step forward and a step together in the right direction.
In order for a subject to not be taboo in our community, there always has to be like someone to start that conversation.
You speak up for me when I can't speak up for myself. And I've seen you do that for other people.
I see a lot of people who just kind of cut off friends and family, and I don't think I can do that. I love my parents.
This is a symbol of our voices. If you look at your neighbors around you, you will see who stands with you, who stands for you.
At least I know that you can stand up. That's the thing I'm so happy about.
Yes.